What's up, y'all? This your girl Brittany from She Abundantly at sheabundantly.com, and I'm coming at you live. I always say live and it ain't live, with another episode of Living Single, where we talk about life as a single woman, gaining a healthy perspective about singlehood, and ultimately sharing some great tips on how to live your best life in your single life. And today I have a special guest, one of my homegirls over here for the first time in my new place. This is Marcy Youngblood. Y'all know when I first learned her last name, I thought she was playing. Because I never heard nobody say their name was Youngblood. I said, you crippin' out here in these streets, you know? But no, I said crip. I meant to say you gang banging blood. But we're going to be talking about heartbreak, basically. I think every young woman who has probably our age, middle 20s, a little later 20s, you've gone through a heartbreak probably in your life, I'm sure, because our dating culture teaches us to just jump in with no instruction, no coaching, just get your boo thing and just go for it. And a lot of times we end up in just a mess, a heart mess, because we don't know what we're doing. Me and Marcy, we are both single young women living our lives. Marcy is a single mother of one beautiful daughter, yes, and she's a college grad and I am too, but just because, you know, we've progressed and hit some goals in life doesn't mean we haven't had a lot of heartache, you know what I'm saying? So we just want to talk about how we overcame the heartbreak and what we did afterwards, because it's so tough. Let me tell you, it's crazy tough to get over a relationship, especially when you thought that this is the person you was going to be with for the rest of your life. Kind of paint like this picture, like when you guys started dating and like how long and like kind of what happened, without sharing to whatever you don't want to share, but you know.
We were friends first. We was always friends, and the way he asked me to be his girlfriend was the corniest.
I'm sure. How old were you at the time though?
At the time I was 18.
18. Girl.
I mean, I'm still young.
I didn't know it was that young though.
Yeah, I was 18 and like you was in here. I'm in the living room watching TV and he texts me like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And I'm like, that was so corny. I'm like, we the same. I came in there like we in the same house.
Was you at your mama's house?
No, we was he had an apartment out there in school.
Oh.
I was in the living room doing my homework, and he was in here. I don't know what he was doing, but...
Was this college or high school?
College.
Okay.
This was college.
It always goes down in college, always.
Yeah.
How long was y'all together?
I would say 3 years.
3 years. Like, how did you know that, okay, this is not what's up?
I never had peace about none of it, because I was going to church. I was always praying, but I never had peace. I just knew, like, no, this is not it for me, but yeah. I don't know, I still, like, went along to, like, see, I don't know, things maybe could change, but today I would never hang on to a relationship and say, oh, maybe things can change.
I know.
No.
I know.
Let's live right now and focus on the real. Like, don't expect nothing to change. You can make the change right now. So.
Yep, and you said you prayed a lot and you went to church, but, like, so would you say your relationship with God really helped you see, like, okay, I see one thing in God and I'm learning about who I am and who he is, and then I see this one thing in this guy and they not lining up. Is that what you kind of experienced? Because when you say you didn't have peace, did that mean like you was confused about, like, should I be with you or should I not be with you?
I don't know. I was young. When you're young, you got that young mind, and then so imagine your young mind and then God trying to work on you. So, like, you all over the place. You hear God, but then it's like I'm young, so I don't know which way to go. So I was all over the place. So, but I knew deep down, like, no.
What was one sign, like, you knew, okay, this dude is not it? Even in your young mind, you had some wisdom, though, because you was deciphering between the two.
I don't know what made me...
You had some wisdom, girl. I know I did.
I
Praise
feel
the
like...
Lord.
I don't know, we had a good connection. I got along with his family and everything. They was very welcoming. But I don't know, the more and more I prayed about my relationship, I was in a relationship I wasn't feeling at peace with, but I was still praying about it. But the more and more I prayed, the more and more it fell apart. So I feel like that was like the big sign for me, like, okay,
yeah,
this not it. Because I never got peace. Even before I had my daughter, like, I was ready to, like, just end it, but I had my daughter. So I felt like, you know, you don't got to end it, you don't got to do it by yourself, y'all can do it together, but it didn't work out trying to do it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like one was willing to work and the other one was like, let me just do what I want to do.
Mm. Yep, you know what? And when you say no peace, because we hear that a lot of times, I experienced the exact same thing. So I was in a relationship a total of 4 years. I think it started about 20 to 24. And I got in my relationship because we hooked up on Facebook. I knew him way back when in grade school. When I think back on it, I think I had a lot of low self-esteem as well. And so it's like a lot of girls get hung up or get caught up in what a guy looks like. So it's like, okay, if he's that cute and he wants to talk to me, oh my goodness, I better jump on it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think people would have noticed that or saw that, but I think that's really what one of the factors of why I went into it and why I stayed for so long. Oh, on top of a lot of other stuff too. But he was a very sweet guy. I don't know if you experienced that, like that whole good guy, sweet guy thing.
Yeah,
and a lot
in the
of girls,
beginning.
yeah.
That's about it. It fades away. It sizzles down.
In the beginning, you know. But yep, I was in that relationship, and the same way with you, I started to, because I had a relationship with God too. I got saved at 16. But you know, when you get saved and when he, you know, enters into your life, you got to grow in a relationship. You got to walk with him.
That's when all the attacks come and all the distractions. Like, I just got saved, and it's like, well, you got to handle and go through this too.
Very much so. And so that whole peace thing, because God began to speak to me very specifically around my early 20s about relationships and about, like, he started to reveal my purpose to me. And the longer we were together, because mind you, we were engaging in sex, you know, stuff like that. We were both saved. This is why it don't matter if you're saved or not. Like, people can still be unequally yoked, you know, church term. But they can still be, like, not on the same level, because one could be striving to live or wanting to give their body totally to the Lord. And the other person's like, why? You know what I'm saying? So it was so many other factors too, but I didn't have peace. Like, and I think that's a key factor. Like, when you realize that if you're so confused if you should be with this person or not, you got to step back and consider and like dissect some stuff, write some stuff down. It's one of the things that I said in one of my videos, a good relationship exercise is like, write a list on one side what you have in a relationship, and on the other side what you're looking for, like what you know you're worth, and see if they line up. And a lot of times, the average relationships, they don't line up. Yeah. And so you'll just get a long, drawn-out relationship and they ain't moving nowhere. And so I experienced the no peace. I actually had my brother-in-law, 2 years into the relationship, my brother-in-law was telling me he had to give the word of knowledge straight from the Lord. This is not it. My young mind, I was 22 at the time. I knew it. I was starting to feel it. And the Lord was speaking to me, but I was so caught up, especially we had sex, we were bonded, and I felt like if I left him, I would die. Like, I was so emotionally set.
So you was in a deep soul tie.
Absolutely. Like, I was emotionally set, and so I cried. Me and my brother walked around this park, and he was telling me, like, Brittany, he's seen signs, not even spiritual, but he's like, this is not, like, y'all both immature, but this is really not a guy that you're supposed to be with, because he saw some signs that it's like, he got a lot of growing to do. And I cried, I boo-hooed, and I stayed in a relationship for 2 more years because I didn't want to face the facts of the reality. And this is what I learned.
But did it continue to crumble?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like there was no...
That was like, that was your escape, but I know you was young, and it's like... Girl. I need another escape.
Yep, I need another sign, like, no, this is not it, because I hear you, bro, but no. This is the thing, you're trying to make it work. Always praying like, Lord, is he the one? We always trying to get married. I don't know why we try to get married so young. I think it's a society thing. Blame it on Disney. But is he the one? That was always my prayer, because I knew saved, always supposed to be married, you know, just so immature. And no, it never worked out because it was never supposed to be. And so I broke up with him maybe about 5-6 times before I actually separated. So I'm gonna jump back to you. Like, when you realized it was a relationship that was not going to work, and the Lord was like, stop it, you know what I'm saying, I got something great for you. Like, how did that look? Like, did you just tell him straight up, like, I'm done, or was it drawn out, kind of like how mine was?
Broke apart by itself.
Okay. Because I had a daughter, so.
Yeah, when the daughter came in the picture, that was just like really releasing him away from me, because he slowly, like, giving up. I saw it, and I guess that was my warning at the beginning before I had Zaria. Like, it won't work out. Like, I had signs like, it ain't gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be by yourself. You're not gonna do this with him. But I'm like, we having a baby, so it's gonna work out. But once I had her, everything, start coming apart. And
because you said y'all was having a baby, so you thought it was going to work. Because I know a lot of people say if we have a child together, or because we have a child together, then it has to work. We're going to be together and raise this child. Is that how you were thinking?
I thought that was because I was the one who didn't want to keep Zaria. And I was like, no, because I don't want to be with him. I don't want to be with him. So I was like, 4 different times I was making appointments because I didn't want to keep her. So he wanted to keep her. So
I'm glad you did. She's so precious.
I am glad I did too, because
so
like
precious.
I couldn't understand like what was going on. I was like, well, you tell me he not for me. This is not it. I don't want to. We not gonna be together. We was on the verge of breaking up. Like, why do you want me to keep her? And God was telling me like, why you don't want to keep her? And I was making all these excuses like, I'm in school. I want to graduate. I want to do this. I want to buy this. I want to move into a new place. I want to do that. And I had all these excuses. I was so sad. Like, I don't want to keep her. I don't want to be him.
Yeah.
So God was telling me like, whatever, everything you said, I'll do for you, but he won't be in the picture. So I didn't know how to process. I was young, and I'm like, I don't want to do this by myself. But every single thing I said why I didn't want to keep Zaria, he did for me.
You say he, you mean God. God did it for you.
Yeah. God brought that unit apart. He broke it apart.
Yeah.
That's how it ended. Because, like, I kept praying about it.
What would you say, real quick, to a girl right now who is having that same dilemma? She's struggling with, like, I'm pregnant and I don't want to be with this guy. It's not the ideal situation. And she's making appointments to have an abortion.